full of stories, I think. But I have been, God had been speaking a message through me to congregations. I speak on Wednesday nights at GT and other places here in central Illinois. But about change, about stepping out in faith, about not fearing, but keeping our eyes on Him. And I use Abram, when he was Abram, before he became Abraham. And God had called him out of where he was. He told him, Abram, get up. I want you to go to where I'm going to take you. I want you to follow me to where I'm going to take you. He didn't say where. He said, where I am going to take you. And his father and everybody, his nephew Lot, and all of them packed up and they left. But then they stopped. They stopped at Haran because their father liked it there, because it reminded him of where he used to be. See, we're not going to get to where God wants us if we're reminded of where we used to be. If we sit in where we used to be, we're not going to get to where God wants us to be. And God wanted to use Abram. He wanted to use him in a mighty way. That's why Abram left his father. His father had just passed away. But God said, mourn, but get up, let's go. I'm still going to take you where I want you to go. So Abram gathered up everyone, and he took off again. He had a problem with someone that he was with, his nephew Lot. He wanted to go this way. Abram was going the way God wanted to go, but Lot wanted to go this way and tarry off and do what he wanted. Sometimes we have to let things and people go that hold us back from what God has for us. And God took Abram to the land of Canaan, where he wanted him to be. Because Abram stepped out in faith and followed him. A week from last Friday, God told me, he said, man, you've been preaching this word, preaching my message. When are you going to do it? Excuse me. When are you going to do it? Oh, wow, God. Because he'd been tugging with me for a long time. I put my 2 weeks notice in. Last Friday, I quit my job at ADM, making $45,000, $50,000 a year, walking with Jesus. And I'm going to walk beside God, because God's got somewhere to take me. God's got a word to bring through me to people. Amen. And I'm trusting in God. I'm stepping out in that big faith like Abraham did. I want to see what God's going to do. It's exciting to me. So I'm following him. As soon as my last day, I got the call from the district council. John, hey, can you go and fill in at the church in Mount Zion? Oh, yeah. Not a problem. This is what I wanted. I wanted to full-time ministry, to give God my all. This is just the first step. This is what I call my first step. God's providing. With this coming Wednesday, I'm speaking at Glad Tidings. Next Sunday, I'm coming back here, and then at 1 o'clock, I have to go do the 1 o'clock service at Taterville Prison. God, I said, Lord, I didn't know you was going to do this. You know, I was like, be careful what you ask for. You know, but this is what's in my heart, is to take his gospel, take his word to people that don't know who he is. You know, to the incarcerated, to the homeless, to the elderly, to all. You know, we can do the same thing, and I said this earlier, we can do the same thing that Moses did. We can endure anything by fixing our eyes on the Lord. And then we will be courageous. God will give us that courage. I always used to say that, God, I don't know if I have the courage to stand up in front of people and speak, Lord. You're going to have to do what you do. You're going to do it, but do it well, because you always do. So even when conspirators, when people that conspire seem to prosper, even when the wicked seem to be winning, even when the pressure seems to be unbearable, Even when the critics won't shut up. Even when we feel as though we're all alone. Even when wrong is being counted as worthy and truth is fighting for existence, whatever it is you're facing, look at Christ. Keep your eyes on Christ. I am the truth. I am the way. I am the life. He's the way. And as you stand on the edge of a new change, a new challenge, a new commitment, keep your eyes on Christ. Like I said earlier, do not walk in front of him. Do not walk behind him, but walk with him. Because when he gets there, you're going to get there.
Amen. That's right.
With our eyes on Christ, we can move forward fearlessly knowing that all things which are shaken will only reveal the eternal and unmovable God. I say, bring on the changes. Bring the changes on. World, do your best. Why should I fear the darkest hour of trembling at the tempter's power? Because Jesus guarantees to be my tower. Though all the flocks and herds were dead, my soul, a famine, did not dread. For Jesus is the living bread. Against me, earth and hell combine, but on my side is power divine. Jesus alone, and he is all mine. You see, God uses ordinary folks, totally committed to him, to make a difference in this changing world. One person, just one person can make a difference. There was a Boston shoe clerk who heard that it yet remains to be seen what God can do with a man or woman, young person, totally dedicated to him. And this Boston shoe clerk was D.L. Moody. Has anybody ever heard of D.L. Moody? Mm-hmm. Yes. And he said, I will be that man. And God used his evangelistic meeting to lead thousands and thousands to Jesus Christ. This man personally led more than 150,000 souls to the Lord. And I can stand up here and say today that it still yet remains to be seen what God can do with a man, a woman, or a young person fully dedicated to the Lord. So I step out. I have stepped out. And I say, I'll be that one, Lord. Here I am. I'm Isaiah. Here I am, Lord. Use me. You see, life gets exciting when we give God our all. Tell me that I'm wrong, but I know that I'm not. Life gets exciting when we know that we give our all to God. Amen. And when we do, God will take us beyond where we thought that we could ever go. And do things and accomplish things that we never knew we could do. Then we'll make a difference. We'll make a difference in our community. We'll make a difference in our churches. We'll make a difference in our schools. We'll make a difference in the world. God is awesome.
All the time.